When we think of the Italian Renaissance, we think of Florence, the Medici, Michelangelo, the David. But there is another city, quieter, almost forgotten by the world. A city that didn't just produce Renaissance art. It built something Florence never built. It constructed, for the first time with such conscious intent, an entire Renaissance city. It decided that the space where we live could be a work of art, and in doing so, it changed forever the way we think about cities. Around all of this, 9 kilometers of red brick, the walls. They don't just defend, they define a world apart. This is Ferrara. Ferrara is born around a ford in the Po River, a medieval city like so many others. Streets that follow the land, houses that grow where they happen to. No plan, no vision. A city that breathes but doesn't think of itself. Then, in the 13th century, a family arrives. They are not kings, they are not emperors. They are lords, mercenaries transformed into patrons. They call themselves Este, and they carry an ambition that goes far beyond war. Under them, Ferrara will become something Europe had never seen before. The Castello Estense rises at the heart of the city. Built in 1385, 4 massive towers, a moat, drawbridges. From the outside, it is a fortress, but the inside tells a different story. Frescoed halls, gilded ceilings, ducal apartments. The Este understood something before almost anyone else, that art is not decoration. It is politics. It is power. It is immortality. The Este court becomes one of the most influential cultural centers of the Italian Renaissance. Artists like Piero della Francesca and Andrea Mantegna are in direct dialogue with this court. The Este develop what stands among the earliest documented examples of the studiolo, a private room for contemplating works of art and knowledge. But the castle is not only light. In 1425, on a winter's night, the Marquis Niccolo III d'Este orders the beheading of his son Ugo and of his wife Parisina, caught together. 2 executions, 1 night, without a true public trial. The Renaissance always has 2 faces, beauty above, darkness below. And at the Castello Estense, if you descend to the lower floor, the prison cells are still there, silent, cold. Not far from the castle stands a palace with a curious name, Schifanoia. In Old Italian, schifar la noia, to escape boredom, to banish it. Built in the late 14th century as a summer retreat for the Este family, a place of leisure, of rest, away from the weight of power. In 1469, Duke Borso d'Este decides to transform it. He summons the finest painters of the Ferrarese school. A cycle of frescoes covers every wall of the main hall. 12 months, 12 panels. 3 levels. At the top, the gods. In the middle, the zodiac. At the bottom, real life. Propaganda, mythology, astrology. One single system. The same impulse that will produce the Addizione Erculea. First on the walls, then in the city itself. The leading painter is Francesco del Cossa. When the work is finished, he writes to the Duke a letter. He protests his payment. He has been paid like a common laborer, not like an artist. Borso refuses. Del Cossa leaves. The frescoes remain. He does not. They vanish for centuries, buried under white plaster. In 1821, they are found again, intact, waiting. The year is 1492, the same year Christopher Columbus reaches the Americas. In Ferrara, Ercole I d'Este makes a different decision. He decides to double the size of the city, for vision. He calls upon his architect, Biagio Rossetti. Urban plans had existed before, but this is different. In scale, in coherence, in intent. An entire urban expansion designed to translate an idea into physical space. Not a building, a whole district. Step out of the medieval center. Narrow streets, curves, and then the city opens up. Wide streets, right angles, perspectives stretching to the horizon. Cars drive through here. In a medieval city, this is not an anomaly, it is a rupture. The district is called the Addizione Erculea, and its symbol is the Palazzo dei Diamanti. 8,500 blocks of pointed marble. Rossetti doesn't decorate facades, he decorates crossroads. He places his finest diamonds where the streets meet, because a city is made of perspectives, not of walls. The principles behind this expansion would go on to profoundly shape the development of European urban planning for centuries to come. Ferrara is not only stone and fresco, it is also word. Ludovico Ariosto is born here. He writes the Orlando Furioso. He walks these straight streets while imagining his nights and his moons. The geometry of Ferrara was the track on which the Renaissance's wildest imagination ran. Isabella d'Este is born here in 1474. Promised in marriage at 8 years old. Wed at 15 to the Marquis of Mantua. She becomes one of the most influential women of the European Renaissance, not just the Italian. She corresponds with kings, cardinals, artists. She collects, commissions, negotiates. Leonardo da Vinci portraits her in 1499, a drawing in charcoal. Today it is held at the Musée du Louvre. She is a daughter of this city, of its order, of its ambition. And then comes the cursed poet, Torquato Tasso. If Ariosto is the light of Ferrara, Tasso is its dusk. He writes the Gerusalemme Liberata here, but here he also loses his mind. Haunted by his demons, he ends up confined for 7 years in the hospital of Sant'Anna, a prisoner of the very court that had once celebrated him. His madness runs through the corridors of the castle, marking the end of an era. Tasso is the last great cry of a Ferrara that is about to lose its independence. And finally, the deepest shadow of all, Girolamo Savonarola. He is born here, among these palaces, but ends up despising them. He sees in the luxury of the Este nothing but corruption. He leaves Ferrara to carry his fire to Florence. He organizes the bonfire of the vanities, where art and beauty are burned. He is the man who tries to extinguish the Renaissance at the very moment Ferrara is reaching its peak. He will end on the pyre. But his cry was born in the silence of these cloisters. 4 lives, 4 destinies, all children of this same extraordinary illusion of stone. In 1597, the last duke dies without heirs. End of the dynasty. Ferrara passes to the papal state. The Este leave, taking with them works of art, archives, secrets. Ferrara empties. And in this emptying, it is saved. No one transforms it, no one destroys it. It remains intact, frozen in time. Walk its streets in the early morning, before the city wakes. Bicycles glide in silence. Along the same streets designed 500 years ago. If Ferrara is today a city of bicycles, it is because Biagio Rossetti designed the future without knowing it. He created a space where people can still move at the pace of their own thoughts. The castle reflects in the moat. Schifanoia waits. Ferrara remains. It is not just a city. It is an idea. That space can be thought, designed, built. An idea born in a medieval city, and that ended up inventing the modern world. This is Ferrara,